Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back. Okay, it's been a while. I'm still not set. I'm still not set up. There's been some things going on that I haven't been able to just make make the move as smoothly as I want. But it's okay. That's cool. I'm here. Things are going well. Um, I'm going to do videos like this just for a little bit until I get my things set up a little better. In the meantime, I wanted to start this week. Source wanted me to start back this week. This week's going to be crazy. There's going to be lots of things happening this week. We have that powerful moon coming up. What is it, Tuesday, I think? I think it's Tuesday. Might be, I think it's Tuesday. Anyway, expect the energies to be a little wonky. Here's what I got in meditation. There are going to be situations that come up, that arise, where people are upset and they're upset before they contact you. They're already stewing. And by the time they contact you, they're already, they're already feeling that inside. So by the time they approach you, it is not going to be in a way like, hey, can we talk about A, B, and C? It's going to be like, what the hell is going on with da 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 da? So I need to know what's going on. It's going to be a very frantic energy. They want you to be able to observe this behavior in the moment. They don't want you, you can listen to what they're saying, but they don't want you reacting to what somebody says this week. If you could find it within yourself to just sit and listen to these people or this person, whoever it is, it's different people for different, situations, obviously, different place, different face, same vibrations, similar stories playing out. But when this person approaches you and they're all wadded up inside, they want you to be able to see that, pay attention to their behavior, what their body language is saying, and what their words are saying, because you're going to be able to identify what the true panic and fear is there and be able to speak to that from a calm place. If you look at them and allow them to say whatever it is they need to say without reacting to the intensity of their words, reacting to the intensity of the communication itself. Just say, I can see you're really upset. Just listen to it and say, I can see you're really upset and you're worked up and you've been thinking about this for some time. But I think I need a little bit of time to just kind of hear what you've been thinking and have to say, because I'm not sure I understand where this question is coming from, and I'm feeling like it's a little accusatory. So can we just pump the brakes a little bit and back up? They want you to be able to speak to somebody like that this week. It's going to be, you know what? This is a pattern. This is something they want you practicing this week. It's not just about this week. This is something to practice with this type of behavior with people. You will notice when somebody, and I just noticed myself doing this. Source is doing it for me. When you get really heightened or you get nervous, we tend to talk really fast and we just, it comes out like that. When you notice somebody feeling like that, slow your words down. Calm the energy. Be the person in the room that can because when somebody's in that heightened state, they are not able to stop and filter through their thoughts clearly with their inner being. They are coming from a place, they're under the influence of something else, and that energy, those answers are going to come from being under the influence of the lack of what you want. So pay attention to that conversation this week. This week is also going to be important to observe and not identify. So even when you see other people having knee-jerk reactions, they don't want you feeling the frustration or feeling the pain in that scenario. They want you, if it's happening to you, you're going to feel it. That's fine. Let it flow through you. Emotions, typically 90 seconds. Emotions can be processed through your body in 90 seconds. Think about that. Think about how much baggage we have that we carry around with us from the past. And a guru, I just heard it this week and it blew my mind. Once you clean out, and this is I'm looking at this, it's a vision I had years ago. Once you clean out, here's your head. Jesus is going to crack it right open, sees down into your body, sees all that tar stuff stuck on your chakras. He's pulling all these weeds out. He's pulling all this stuff out of your head, right? That is what's been happening. Now that is happening for other people in your environment. Their weeds are being pulled out, and you are going to be there to witness that. I will say from experience, when Source says you will have a front row seat to someone's karma, you know what that means? You're going to be involved somehow. You're going to be in close proximity to them, which is going to be uncomfortable for you. It's not always a fun thing to have, just so you know. Watch your words this week. I'm just giving you, they're giving you tips to how to handle this energy. The channeling is coming through quite strong. This is the week to, oh, they want me to change the language. I was going to say, this is the week to figure out what it is you want and go towards it. But Source said, no, 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 no. This is the week where we've helped you step into an experience where you are going to see clearly what path you want to take. Source has conjured up, the universe has cooked up the perfect experience for you this week so that you can clearly see, I can see where this path, I'm just going to do this like a path, okay? This is the new path, all right? See how it's like right here and see how it stopped? But it's starting to continue this way, right? I see how I'm making it go this way. Well, here the path is like continuing to unfold and it's still pushing forward, but you're on the edge over here and you're facing this way. So the energy is still moving towards your dream. All of this is pushing forward, but instead of you turning around and facing this way and going with the energy to make things easier, you have been facing this way, looking at the past, while the energy is still moving forward. So that's where the uncomfortable energy has been recently. That is what is going to be figured out this week, and you are going to feel 1,000-pound relief come off of your shoulders and back is what I heard. It's going to feel very light, and you're going to love it. That's a good thing. So how you find out about which path to take may be uncomfortable, and this is why they are saying observe and not identify with these emotions if you can't this week. Just realize, oh, this happened. I gave this reaction. Oh, this is not how I want to feel. It really upset me in this moment. You know what? Stand there in that moment, feel it 90 seconds, let it go. Okay, why did that happen? What was it supposed to teach me? What was I supposed to get from that? In that moment, in the moment of having that emotion, what was this emotion supposed to teach me? Where is this taking me? If I go this way, does it compound this emotion? If I go this way, does it bring relief? This way compounds, this way brings relief. Oh, I'm going to go this way. But I'm not going to turn backward. I'm not going to go this way backwards and not blindly follow, right? I'm going to turn around and I'm going to watch myself go down this new path and I'm going to enjoy it. That's the breakthrough you're having this week. Another message I'm getting is some information is coming in for you. I just heard exciting fireworks. It went fireworks in my head and I heard hoo. So that tells me something is going to make you feel like, oh, and it is happening this week. Somebody's getting some news I got goosebumps everywhere and and you know what? It's all happening in the root chakra. So your foundation, 909, something about spiritual teacher meeting spiritual teacher. Thank you for the confirmation. My watch just went off. Okay. I just heard health is a priority this week. This would be the perfect week for you to detox. If you find yourself feeling irritable or kind of like edgy this week, just know that's the energy of stuff going around. Make sure you find outlets to be able to have like quick bursts of, I just saw somebody kneeing, pretend this is your knee, kneeing a heavy bag. And I will say, women, we tend to, if you've noticed this, we can carry a lot of stress and trauma in our root. So putting a lot of pressure, doing a leg workout, anything to bring pressure to the hip area and down to help, leg press, lunges, kicks, kneeing a heavy bag, anything like that, that will help release a lot of pent up anger. It does. There's something about that with women working the lower half of their body helps release a lot of dense pent up energy. So that's a great thing because it raises your vibration. That's something to think about this week when you get angry. All right. So let's see what kind of situations will happen this week that'll have people kind of peeved, or let's just see what happens. What do you guys want to say? I'm reading this as they've fallen out because to me, that's how I like to read. I don't I mean, I do straighten the cards out, but to me, where they fall is just as important as the card itself. Okay. Someone here, without knowing it, has been turning their reputation around. It's almost like maybe somehow you were given a bad reputation without knowing that you were being given a bad reputation based on things that people were saying about you. Maybe you, oh, you know what I just noticed? You can't even see these cards, but they're over here, and they're like that, but I just noticed there is a car hiding under, I don't even know what it is, underneath there into you. Okay. So just so you know, they're over here. In the past, this is coming out in the past. In the past, there was something that happened with a relationship. Somebody had a relationship with somebody who had a bad reputation. Things didn't go well. It looks like in the split, one person, let's see, I'm hearing something. Let me get it. Someone who was in a relationship in the past was made to look like to be given a bad reputation based on how a relationship played out. It has been blaringly obvious to some people that the person who was given the bad reputation in this relationship was actually not bad at all. They were painted to be bad. Yes, they made some bad choices, but I also feel like this other person made some bad choices. Someone in this relationship over here, could be a feminine with the bad reputation, but someone in this relationship, it came out like this. It was like kind of, well, for you it'd be like this, okay? It was kind of letting me know that things were being turned around. Somebody who was made to look like they were the bad person in a relationship, given a bad reputation, all of a sudden looks like they've been turning things around. The other person that was in this relationship, is highly upset because there's some type of dynamic that changed. The person who initially looked like they had the bad reputation, who's been turning that around, showing that they weren't really the problem all along, and it's going against the gossip that this other person had said about them, the bad reputation. So let's just say this is the person, this is the female, let's just say she has a bad reputation. When this split happened, this person was saying, gossiping negative things about this person, giving this feminine a bad reputation. The feminine has been proving through action, not words, and that is very important for you to understand, because when somebody's actions are consistent and they are not, and they are disproving what somebody else's words are saying, it is making this other person look bad. Okay? It's making this other person look like they are the ones that was the problem all along. And it took time for this to happen because you had to consistently be in a place where you were proving that you weren't this bad person. And I feel like whoever I'm reading for, it's like you were the person maybe to look like you had the bad reputation. Like, yeah, that's not that's not the case. And they want you to know. There's been a huge shift. Like whatever happened here in the past with this reputation being tarnished, now it's the other person who is about to be exposed and tarnished. So what happened, how they mishandled, and you know what happened? It was a knee-jerk reaction to their heart being hurt in the past, and how they handled that pain, that reactive pain, with anger to get vindication on this person. It's like they'd never expected it to come back to bite them in the ass years later or a long time later, but it's starting to. And I want to clarify why this child services card is here. What is this? Okay, I love this. So here's what's going on. Something has happened. So whatever was done here in the past, there was something that was done that was very unnecessary, unlawful, untruthful, lots of untruths. All of that is being reversed. What somebody said about you, the type of person you were, it's like they were trying to say you had nothing going for you. You know, you were this, you were awful, you made bad choices, you did this, you got addictions, you got this, you got that, blah, 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 blah. But now all of a sudden, life must be turning around for you because this came out over here. It's like, I don't know if things have changed for you where you're looking happier, like family life seems more stable, because here, this is what they're showing me. Like, this is coming out over here in the future. This card right next to legal issues. So something is happening where somebody in the past who got into a bad relationship and was given a bad reputation is having that turned around, because this came in reverse here, and having the whole situation flipped in their favor. So it's like Source had to let you go through a whole long period of experiences in order for this situation to shift into your favor. It's almost like you knew about it, or you had an inkling of something, and had you known the full truth and seen the information, maybe you would have been reacting like that. Yeah, my light just flickered. You would have been reacting, trying to fight fire with fire, but it would have been like the flicker of you lighting a match. How quickly does a match go out? This is the atomic bomb that Source has been cooking up for you. This is what's been happening. Now this person, this masculine over here, is in a position where they want you back because they've been reflecting You see this with, look at that, Knight of Pentacles and the Empress came out, and it came out right on top of this masculine reflecting, which was cock blocking underneath it with two feminines. You've got the Knight of Pentacles with the feminine energy on the front and the Empress. This is saying that this masculine over here has been, who's also, maybe stable, maybe a father figure, maybe you have a child, obviously a child with them, something to that effect. I know this is very specific. They're struggling because they feel like something has happened or something was exposed about what they did, what they gossiped about, remember, in the past that gave you a bad reputation, is being exposed. And at the same time that this is being exposed, they're freaking out because they've also been feeling pulled towards you because you've been healing, you've been making leaps and bounds. Although you feel like you haven't made any progress, man, you have made leaps and bounds. You've rebirthed yourself. Now they see that they want you back. But you know what this was in the past? The female wanted the masculine back, and the masculine was cock blocking. The masculine didn't want the feminine back. So the feminine decided to take steps towards rebirthing herself. She rebirthed herself, and now this masculine is wanting the feminine back because they are in a place where life is not going well for them. They're seeing the feminine rise up into her Empress energy where they are feeling like they're about to lose something big, okay? It has caused this masculine energy to go. I mean, you know what I said here. What happened in the past is being brought to light. And while it's being brought to light, this masculine is starting to go through a chain of events, which is going to be a chain of events of dark, like karmic experiences that are going to be painful for them to go through, while the feminine is rising up. Yes, the feminine is rising up. This masculine is feeling everything the feminine felt when they went through this cycle. Everything. They are starting to experience a lot of bad karma. That's why they are freaking out about having child services called on them. It's a masculine energy. They're freaking out. They've been stalking you. The more they stalk, you know what? The more they stalk, the more karma they get. Because they're not supposed to be watching you. They're not. I don't know if you've come into money or things have become stable, or maybe this is futuristic and it's going to become stable and you're going to go through this experience. But you coming into money, it's like at first they get really angry and have a knee-jerk reaction and think that you're fake flexing. But then they realize like you are genuinely happy, which hurts them even more and causes a rebound effect of bad habits to, I'm hearing bad habits that they've been laying dormant for a while with this person, all of a sudden are resurfacing because they need an escape. They feel that they need an escape. I did just get a message here that the feminine still cries over this masculine or needs to. And not in the way of cry because I still have feelings and I want something to come from this. But cry is, I really wanted you. I really loved you and I wanted this to work out and you didn't choose me, and that really hurts because I love you and I want you. Like being able to admit that and still know that this isn't happening, at least for now, maybe never. I'm feeling like the feminine's starting to understand that they can admit that and not let it derail their entire life. And that's a powerful place to be in. Okay, tell me more about this situation over here. said this situation over here, and they literally made this card come over here. So this is, yes, this is somebody you've parted ways with. This is in reverse. This is somebody you've parted ways with. You're not, they wanted to start over. You see how this is coming out like more in reverse? It's like for you, it would be, it would be like, it's like more in reverse, okay, for you. So there's something about information coming out this week that's going to make it very easy for someone to say no to some type of offer. I feel like an apology, but it's a half-assed apology will be coming. I am getting kind of like a fake apology energy. You're not taking this person back. You're not going to accept this. You know that you're going to feel that this is not genuine. You are going to feel that this is not genuine when you receive that. Look, I told you, news is on the way. Someone will gossip about all your secrets, and it flew out on the King of Pentacles, which has the Child Services card. And it flew out on, so either this masculine's going to be gossiping about all this, a bunch of secrets, which they have already done in the past. This is what's happening. Whatever this person said in the past, over here, this person said in the past to cause this person a bad reputation, and they very well may have had one, I don't know. It's coming back to bite them in the ass because look, this is how it flew out, guys. These two cards flew out right on the King of Pentacles, which is the one tied to the Child Services card. Affairs with your family. I said, tell me more. What's this about? I picked this up and this card stayed down. When I flipped it over, affairs with your family. This is someone you have a child with. Strong emotion, passionate love or hate. Disappointment in some affair. A distant friend is thinking of you. Okay, so this masculine may be dealing with someone a little younger than them. They want you to know there's disappointment in this situation, obviously, but it turns out very well for you. So let's just go ahead and see how this turns out for you, okay? I don't feel like the person watching this is the person that's getting in trouble here, okay? I really don't. I don't feel that. If I felt it, I would tell you. Let's just see what they... I just forgot what I was going to ask. What did I say? Shoot. Queen of Swords came out. Page of Swords. Devil. Aries, Leo, Sag. I just heard Gemini. Oh my God, Gemini. Okay, how does this turn out? How does this turn out for the person watching this? Taking a good look at yourself. Look at the past. This Six of Cups gives me a very peaceful energy. Wow. Okay. You see how this happened? Here, somebody from the past is coming back to apologize, telling you they want to make things work, telling you that they're sorry. You're saying no, right here. You're deciding to move on from this. And what you're moving towards is something completely new that you've been manifesting with Source. Absolutely brand new. What you were going from, and the reason that you know about this new stuff, the reason that you're able to move towards this new stuff and go towards your son, is because of this bad relationship that happened in the past. Had you not had this stagnant shit, you would not have been searching for something more. You deserve more than this. And that's what you are going towards. You're not accepting this person back. You're moving on. All right. I love you so much. I will see you in the next one. Peace and love.